How to choose and decide what should be the sizes of your fashion product. See, years ago, there used to be size standards. We'd open the book, every size would have its own measurements, and all brands would follow these measurements. That was easy. But over the years, brands became more sophisticated. They start to think about their target customer and really started to think of what would be the best fit for my target customer. And when they started to think with that in mind, they realized that that standard size chart might not fit everybody. So brands started to create variation of sizes that fits their customer and works for their brand. For example, this is when we started to hear about vanity sizes. When a brand decided that, my customer is not really happy seeing that number as their size. What if we call it a different number? The measurements are the same, the fit is the same. We're just going to call it a different size. Not a problem. Customer responded. That worked really well. Another brand looked at their target customer and realized, the body shape of my target customer is slightly different. What if I'll change some of the measurements in my items so they can fit better for my target customer? Again, makes sense. In fact, I'm a big advocate of making and doing everything with your target customer, ideal target customer in mind. So how do you go about it now that you don't have standard sizes to follow? Here are 3 things that you can do in order to determine what sizes you should choose. The first one is get really clear on who is your ideal target customer. And what I mean by that is you really want to get as focused and narrow on who is your ideal target customer. Because if you'll say that my target customer is age 18 to 60, that's a big range. And it's going to be impossible for you to find one size chart, one size of measurements that will fit everyone right. But if you'll go narrower and say, you know what, my target customer is 18 to 25 or 25 to 35. Now you have less to work with, but a lot more focus. And for the most part, the sizes, the bodies in this group will be more similar. So when you work on your sizing, you can address their needs better. And you can decide what your strategy for sizing is based on that target customer. The second thing you want to do, now that you have an idea of who's your ideal target customer, you want to do a market analysis. Go into the market and find out what brands your target customer is currently buying and which one of them they really like the sizes from. Because once you have that information, you can then model your size chart based on that brand and on their sizes. Because you know that your customer is already liking what they see, liking these sizes. You can create your own versions of that size chart. And the third thing, when it comes to the actual decision of what actual sizes I want to choose, there's a big difference between numeric sizes and letter sizes. Numeric means size 2, 4, 6, 8, or 29, 30, 31, 32, as opposed to letter sizes, which are extra small, small, medium, and so on. And the difference is that the numeric sizes normally are being used for garments that are more fitted, that are closer to the body, because generally speaking, the grading rules between numeric sizes are smaller, normally used about 1 inch. So the differentiation between the sizes is smaller, makes it a lot easier for the customer to find the right fit for them. On the other hand, with letter sizes, normally the grading rules between the sizes are bigger. And when you think about the comparison, letter sizes normally are being graded double. So about 2 inches between, let's say, small and medium and large. And the idea behind it is that for looser items, for looser garments, one letter size normally will be a good fit for two numeric sizes. It sort of falls in the middle. So let's say a medium for women might be a good fit for a size 6 and 8, or a small for women would be a good fit for a size 2 and 4. So when you think about your items, when you think about the actual garments and designs that you have, knowing if they're supposed to fit tight or could they be loose, this is what can help you also decide whether you're going to choose numeric or letters. And by the way, you can use both on your line. So for example, if you're doing hoodies and t-shirts and you know joggers and things of that nature, probably extra small letter sizes will be a good fit for that. But if you're doing a real fitted pants or a dress that's supposed to fit really tight, you want to use numeric sizes and really have your grading rules get smaller, basically. So there's going to be a better chance for your customer to find a dress or pants or whatever items you're doing that are going to be a perfect fit for them.